Oh, thought they put down a ward there, and that Mako is on this side.
He's going to check. The thing is, AHQ are obviously not doing it, as you can see them. They might have the jump.
Checking again, just in case.
Did they do it late?
I don't know.
Are they trying to trick us? They know something we don't. But no, pops out in mid lane. They probably can now figure Elvis is playing brush control as he also comes out to start with his stacks.
Oh, there's actually more of a stack for the healing there as opposed to for the execute, because it's part of your push to get a push advantage.
Yep.
Is to use that on a higher HP minion.
Yeah, now we look towards Deft and Mako in lane and say they should probably be pushing, get towards that level 2 first, and keep Arn and Elvis under turret. The goal of the Tahm Kench and Jinx should actually be to try and match that, get the level 2 at least on time, and not get pushed under the turret. Tahm Kench wants to be moving forwards, or he is losing that lane by himself.
He's almost level 2. Need that one more.
Yeah, that was AHQ falling behind by a minion. And it doesn't look like much is going to come of it as they saw On hitting 2 right after them. Mountain trying to get his hands dirty here as he heads towards the mid lane. Pawn hovering the bottom side, though, knowing that's where his jungle pressure is. He's got to be very careful. Walks up to it, though, giving Clear Love something to fight with, and he is going to out safely.
Even Flash, too.
I mean, sanity checking for Clear Love as well. He missed both of his axes at point blank, something that should have connected, so not exactly the best start for an Olaf. It's not a hard thing to miss.
It's actually interesting as well because Mountain showed that he's quite familiar with how the Olaf is going to play, because Olaf started on the blue buff. Went up and he warded his red buff, and normal jungle routes have you starting on the top side of the map, but the Olaf is very flexible with them. But this does give the top laner Ziv, who's shoved up, a little bit of an advantage in knowing that the Olaf is on this side of the map.
Exactly. So knowing he's at red, he's now gone up to Krugs. They had an opportunity for a second gank mid, but we already said this during Champion Select, how difficult it is to get ganks off against all of EDG's team composition. These two are really going at it.
It's the level 3. Albus
Nice.
already has everything he needs and gets the flash.
You can see Mako trying to squeeze in there as well and say maybe we can 2v2 once I get into position, but he got pushed off. Deft forced the flash. A lot of aggression from On and Albus. We knew that Jinx Tahm Kench would be big, and Pawn and Westor going at it now, trading blows. Pawn will be able to heal right back up.
But just look at where the minions were there too. Westor had one on him and there were 3 or 4 caster minions on Pawn, so definitely takes the brunt of that.
There's boots and 4 pots. So he's going to be perfectly fine. When you look at sustain, the Vladimir not having any potions left now means he needs to show a bit more respect, and Twisted Fate actually has control of that wave.
This is a dangerous place for the bottom lane to be because they have a wave building up that's pushing from AHQ side. And Mountain?
Ooh, forced a ghost because he pulled a little early there from fear.
Definitely worth it.
Pantheon would have been better.
If only you could go back. So Ziv with that ward able to finally push this wave up. It was about that 80% mark where Mouse was like, fine, I get to farm this. With that knowledge of Olaf, it's made it a little bit easier here for Ziv to get a 10-12 CS lead now on top of Mouse.
This is actually really risky from AHQ because they have their bottom wave and their top wave shoving, and they have no wards in the enemy jungle. They have actually no idea where Clear Love has been for the past minute.
This is where he has to think, my ward's gone, am I staying too long? And it looks like it was just to clear out those last few minutes.
You can usually see in the way Mouse would play also, he very rarely has somebody in his lane, and so any act of aggression is a pretty big sign.
And I think Ziv just wants to keep this aggression up because Mouse already down 11 CS. It's actually a flat 10 if you count the ones that are in this wave.
He is entirely killable, however, when he hits Mega now form. Very difficult to kill him in Mini if you're an Olaf, but in Mega he's quite slow, lumbers about. So that's unlucky, really.
Oh, wow. Max, straight for the Sheen there from Westor. So he's looking for those auto attack trades and trying to whittle down Pawn quite frequently.
That's super weird. Now you could go Boots first. Boots of Lucidity have the same cooldown reduction, get around the map more and be more effective with your ultimate. The Sheen is a sign of combat, and trying to combat a Vladimir.
I mean,
this is how you go.
This is the time of the game where he has the ability to do so. It gets out of his hands a little bit later on. So see if Westor actually embraces the opportunity that he has.
Also, his level 6 strike may not even be for that mid lane. Maybe he finds something down bottom with an Elvis and On kill. little far behind there. Dulcet tones of Nami.
Oh,
Checks it. Oh, gets the spell shield out. Nicely done as well.
yep, support backs.
As they round that out. Big opportunity to present an area of the map that is completely blacked out for AHQ. Could be the Infernal Drake. Always going to be an important one to look towards if you were EDG. Good scaling composition and good damage across the board. Oops.
Double down.
It's all right. Yeah.
You know.
Now you have vision. You can see yourself on the other side, right? Got to look good. So Mountain just continues. Clear. It doesn't look like they're actually going to trigger something off of this. Clear Love makes his way in to see if he can spot out Mountain anywhere in the jungle.
Do anything. Oh, steps on the jumpers. And he gets jumped.
Mountain at the bottom. There's the cocoon as well. Mako cannot get out of this. He did throw down the exhaust, but it was not enough.
Yeah, good first blood actually secured by AHQ. Very well timed with the objectives.
Yeah, and they know that the red buff just came up for Olaf for Clear Love on the top side. So this is an Infernal Drake going over to AHQ in a game that could get them to quarters.
Now Ziv even preemptively warding the top side of the map, recognizes Clear Love could be near him, so AHQ on top of this entirely should be free.
Not even requiring the mid laner's presence. First kill goes down in the bottom lane, and what we thought would be already going to Defton Mako in this situation. There's a Ragnarok towards the top side. He could get a nice hop out of this one. He doesn't even need anybody to hop on. Meganose, yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth. Ziv actually wants back in the fight, saying,
Good decision if they completely go for it, yet they need Pont to be here. And look at the vision they've got set up on the
it's like
minimap.
a light bright. They can go wherever they want. Pure vision. This is going to be Mountain coming back in here.
Oh, when he sees this, that's perfect. Dissuades this from happening.
The vision may be used just in a little bit, but that's thwarted for now. Pawn has to go back to mid lane to meet the CS that Westor is pushing into the turret here, and that may even mean Westor clears this and goes somewhere of his own, as EDG may not be ready for that.
Yeah, always going to be possible to have the Twisted Fate disappear, yet to see him utilize that ultimate, and his mana pool is actually quite lacking still. EDG, once again, a lot of wards set up, a lot of pink wards set up, so they just use that vision, stand on the vision till it's time to go. Vlad's coming down, and Olaf's in.
On, trying to get behind the turret, so they click on that. Not him. Albus doing what? He can. Thick Skin's there to be used on. Back out. Fires the ultimate off. And Mako's trying to take him down. He does get the kill. Now they're on to Albus. And EDG is having a party down here as Mountain tries to lock at least one person up. Could Westor come in to help? It looks like he's going to walk it all the way through and just stop the turret from going down.
Yes, be careful.
Couple of small mistakes in tanking the turret, but nobody actually goes down from EDG. So best case scenario is the outcome there. They planned that quite far in advance, and Westor
For Clear Love.
Finds it. Great heal. The bubble goes out. And we'll see if Mountain and Westor can make their way out now. Mouse tries to fight it, but it looks like the team says not this one.
And a great pick from AHQ to even up the score once again in those kills. But they're still up 1,000 gold, and they get blue buff priority with the jungler being down.
Gets it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
those Spiderlings don't actually take it. So EDG make a play.
Spiderlings. I was like, oh no.
If that happens, you're like, I apologize.
I
Go straight to my
apologize. So
blue.
sorry.
My blue is yours.
Big play now in the middle lane from AHQ, it looks like. Also get some pressure at least onto it. No teleports or ways to get there, and Mountain's ready to catch Pawn.
Pawn walks up.
Dodge still has the pool if anything goes too crazy. It does not look like he'll use it just yet to kill himself on it. And now Mountain's getting out. Hemoplague is there. This should be an alive Mountain. And it looks like they're going to make it out with Mountain limping away. Very aggressive here when AHQ needs to be, taking that turret to put themselves on the board. Also, first turret of the game, so a bit of a gold boost, and they had to repair what happened down here.
Yeah, and this is interesting because Dev takes aggro first. The exhaust comes down, flashes towards Albus so that he can eat him, and that, just barely misses, but Mako was trying to block it anyway. And then they both go down. The top laners were looking for a TP place up top, and Ziv just got out of Mega Gnar, so no possibility of a play there.
Yeah, and being able to block the movements as well from Mountain with the Poppy W stops him from even getting in range of the Olaf or anybody like that. Fortunately, Twisted Fate had his ultimate. Has a lot of cooldown reduction as well being purchased at the moment, so is making some plays.
Nice for Mountain. He's able to pick up a blue for himself at 2-0. He's really going to be a factor once they start getting to these picks once Westor can start getting himself out of lane. Pawn says, we'll just keep you right here and we'll keep farming back and forth. Gentleman's agreement. They're very close in CS. They're not even really pressuring each other here when they farm.
Speaking of, Pawn's made a conscious decision to go Proto Belt with Merc Treads to actually reduce the stun durations from an Elise and a Twisted Fate opposed to a Spectre's Cowl or Spirit Visage build. So it's actually quite a smart itemization choice from the Vladimir. Means it's harder to kill him.
Yeah, it's definitely more teamfight oriented as well, and it still packs a punch. That's the big thing here, is that Protobell gives him that extra damage. And with this Infernal Drake coming up, it's a great spike to have.
Was the scuttle worth? We'll find out in just a second. Stay tuned. And if he can get to the brush, there's no vision there. Clearlove instantly in the brush to gain vision and keep it. EDG come up with a kill there in Westor. He's forced to turn tide because one right behind him could be his death. Westor goes down and Clearlove comes up big.
EDG getting 2 more picks. It's timed well with the Infernal Drake, so absolutely able to make another play for it. 2k down. Down doesn't matter for EDG.
And they aren't even that low. Pawn was the only one who took a ton of damage, so heal back, and that's fine, but they can still 3-man this Drake. No problem here. They might try to ultimate it, sees it. Ooh. Picked up by Deft, hit 8 HP.
And control of Infernal Drake. It's going to be a Mountain next, and that would be huge for AHQ. To get one more entry into the jungle. It's like EDG and Clearlove, EDG with Clearlove just keep going on journeys. They're not finding much here other than vision on Mountain. It's just in and out, in and out.
Yeah, still trying to control the area at the very least, right? Pressure AHQ force errors from the opponent.
Yep, right now, though, they're actually just forcing the zone to possibly go bottom and get this turret. Mountain's here as well, but it's just both junglers present, and Pawn takes a huge chunk of damage.
Westor is creeping on the
TP.
Twisted Fate ultimate. He's going to come in right next to him. Oh! huge, though, as they focused onto Westor, and he gets tapped and
they're
Mako to
chasing.
go down. That's Albus coming through, tries to get himself in with the Abyssal Voyage, but it's a little too hairy, and they're forced to back out. Snap judgment by Westor. He was heading top and instantly bolted bottom.
And that's going to be the bottom turret. On top of it, Ziv in the Mega Gnar, perfectly timed engage from AHQ with the TP from behind.
We have to actually highlight what Mountain did there as well. He flashes and uses the Q before throwing a cocoon, baits the spell shield out of the Sivir, and there was nothing left for Deft after that point. So really good awareness from AHQ's jungler working with Westor and his signature champion. This is the kind of thing you never want to see when you play against AHQ, but please do watch.
Get another look
Right
at
there.
it right here.
Throws the Q,
That's
then
great.
the cocoon. Really well played. Then Deft, well, flashes away because it's what's left. Right into the hands of Ziv, who set that up. Has the great combo afterwards. And then Albus, I'm coming, guys.
I can't help but laugh as well that Westor tried to stun Olaf as he had his ultimate on.
Yeah.
So this sick play from Mountain is just crescendoed by an accident, unfortunately, from Westor.
Well, AHQ all together on these plays for sure. Now in a 5K gold lead over EDG here, coming up to 20 minutes in the game. That means we're going to get Baron on the map. So an Infernal Drake for both teams. 3 turrets, though, for AHQ, which means there is a bit of money for EDG to pick up fast. If they do win a few fights, they'll be right back in it.
And talking about picking up money, Deft, he had a huge CSD at 10,
Yeah.
15, 20. Well, On's ahead of him in this game. On has gotten a lot of
Like
attention in
600
that
gold.
bottom lane, and he is actually performing quite well today.
This is the thing we have very rarely seen from EDG. Of course, they went through the entire regular season playing around Deft. He's the big focal point, but Pawn comes in around the time of Worlds, and there is a lot more emphasis from Clearlove in particular. Centered around this middle lane. Scout roams. Pawn doesn't necessarily do the same thing. They're trying to get their big team fighter in the flat mid to be exactly that instead of Deft. So it's actually okay that he is behind in farm. He's still going to be a big Sivir. He will still do a lot of damage as the game goes on, but this is much more about Pawn being a big Vlad.
Seems like they know everything's going to be about this mid and Dragon over the next few, so Albus feels comfortable just to fly towards mid lane and set up some defense.
You were talking about how it's going to be about that next Drake coming up. On gets that top wave. This is going to be unanswered farm from EDG. If they send Deft up there, 30 seconds on that Mountain Drake that'll be started up immediately. He'd have to rush right back down after picking it up, and the wave has already been thinned out.
They're not fighting him.
I think he already missed his time. Like,
Yeah, the wave's mostly bouncing back. He'll make sure that it pushes now for EDG, but coinciding with the Drake, it's going to be completely free for AHQ. EDG's response is not for that. I think that actually want the top outer as a gold bonus instead of the mountain, which doesn't give you that gold.
oh, I don't know, because this is an AHQ squad that's built for 1-3-1, that's built for the split push. Oh, what?
What?
Mouse!
Keeper's Verdict didn't do anything. He tries the flash. I think he's just a finger fumble Ruski on that one, and he goes down.
He fumbled the whole keyboard there. The flash, the R, it hits nothing. He doesn't even hold it down for an extra second.
Just flash earlier, man.
Is it that easy?
It's just that easy.
Oh, are you a man or a mouse?
find out. Right now, 30-something CS behind. It's not making it easy for him, and being picked out in the jungle like that doesn't actually help EDG to gain any ground. We'll see what down in the top lane during this engagement.
Ziv doesn't really have much of a chance here because he already blew the flash early.
Hello. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is something we saw and expected earlier.
Mako's still there. Evan
Westdoor?
Westdoor's going to go down. Oh, the Zanyas comes out. He's still going down. It just looks pretty. Clearlove's going to pick that up. Mako almost took it with the auto coming out to save his teammate.